We appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule, fresh off being hired for the Winnipeg Jets as a pro scout. Can you walk us through your journey? How did this happen? How did you land on the Jets' radar to become a scout?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to have the time to speak with you today. It's been a whirlwind kind of the last year or so, and I've been fortunate with so many opportunities this past year and throughout my life. But to be a part of the Jets organization and to see how well, one, the team is doing so far, that's always added motivation. But two, given the opportunity to work with the best, it's been incredible. So I started in September and hit the ground running, and couldn't be happier to be a part of the squad.
So when did this get on your radar? Like, was there a day where you're like, this is where I want to be 5 years from now, or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love the story of how you got there.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be completely honest with you, I don't think it was on my radar until kind of the last one to two-ish years. I was coaching in the NCAA on the women's side, and I had a great time doing that and learned so much. But I think I really, wanted to, continue learning and continue growing and challenging myself, because I think that's so important. And this kind of opportunity unfolded itself. I met with Larry Simmons, the assistant GM here at, Winnipeg, and right away, I think, our values and our core and, the type of person he is, I think everything aligned, and I was in the right place at the right time. But so much has happened in my life, my father's life, and my grandfather's life to kind of have put me in this situation to have the opportunity that I have. So I have to give much credit to them. My grandfather's behind me. Easy way is I did it all by myself, which is never true. True story is it took many generations and many opportunities that came through hard work and perseverance for me to be here and to be a part of the Jets organization.
Cindy, I want to talk a little more about that. Hockey's been in your blood through your family. Grandfather, your father, who I played with, Scott, in the National Hockey League. He was a great teague, by the way. Make sure you tell him that. He was one tough customer. But no.
Maybe I'll tell him later. I don't want his head getting too big.
But no, and look, you touched on a little bit that you went through a lot as a kid, and in particular the indigenous community as far as getting opportunities. Like maybe we had growing up to play hockey. It's much easier. Can you maybe give us a little background of, just how hard it is? And you're doing wonderful work and so inspirational to continue to grow the game and hockey schools in your community and everything else. So maybe kind of touch on a little bit of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything kind of all started with my grandfather. He was taken away from his home at age 6 and was forced to attend the St. Michael's residential school. While he was there, he learned the game of hockey, and the game itself actually afforded him, things and opportunities that other children, other indigenous children weren't being afforded at those institutions. He was, a star of the hockey team. So he was lucky enough to get looked after, to have meals, to be cared for, which is unfortunately not the case for many of the people who were there at his time. So he left the residential school at age 17. He started a family, included my father and four of his brothers, and then my aunt as well. And so, having him, be able to come out of those terrible situations within residential schools and turn around and start a family. And that's where, our roots in hockey start. And he taught the game of hockey to my father, his brothers, my aunt. And, that just has kind of trickled down. My father started hockey at age 11, which is a lot later than most people get to start their careers. But like you touched upon, there's there's definitely a gap of opportunity for Indigenous youth in America and Canada to have the chance to succeed, to have the chance and support and the opportunities to exceed and really try to, make their dreams come true. So, over the last 5 years, that has been kind of a passion project for our family. My father, my cousin, my entire family, we started a hockey school here in Saskatchewan, right outside of Saskatoon. And the primary focus is to, give that opportunity to Indigenous youth to, come and play hockey, to learn how to skate, to, if they're more advanced, to continue to develop. But the main focus is just to provide a space, a safe space for Indigenous youth to, feel supported, feel seen, empowered, and really try to minimize that gap of opportunity. At the camp, we make sure, we're giving them opportunities to be around other amazing Indigenous role models within the community. We're teaching them that there are opportunities outside for them, such as college and all of those things. So that's something we've been kind of expanding over the last 5 years, which is definitely, near and dear to our heart. And we started it to honor our grandfather, my grandfather, in the incredible work he did as chief within our community of Mistawasis Nahiwak. And so it's that part of my life is the passion piece where, using sport and using the game of ice hockey to be a vehicle to teach so many things about, yourself, about your own strength, your goals, and to, find opportunity out there for you to continue to find success. So that Daniel's Hockey School is something that we all hold very close to our heart, and we're so passionate about expanding and just creating more opportunity for Indigenous youth to succeed.
That's beautifully put. You can tell how much it means to you and your family. So well done with that. That's your passion project. You do have a job, and his job is being a scout for the Winnipeg Jets. So I'll ask you one more about being a scout for the Jets. What kind of player were you, and what at Harvard, very successful player there, and what kind of players are you looking for when you're scouting now for the Jets?
Absolutely. I want to skip over the first question.
No, we saw your stats. All the rest, yeah.
It's so interesting. I think there's this kind of this ignorant bliss that you have as an athlete. You show up to the rink and you perform and you try your best and you try to fit the role you need within that team and what's asked of you. And so when I think of myself when I was playing, I just worked to fit that role and whatever that role might have been. Definitely took way too many slap shots that missed the net and started to break out. Way too many of those. But then becoming a coach, you look at it from a completely different standpoint. And so I've completely avoided going back and watching game film because I don't want to self-critique, because I imagine there's definitely a lot of red flags there. But, I remember watching, tapes of my father playing, and I would just sit there being like, this is creepy. We look the exact same, but I didn't get the chance to drop the mitts like he did. So that part I definitely wish I could have cashed in on there. But yeah, no, shifting to the Jets, I feel so fortunate to be working for the Winnipeg Jets. I mean, their hockey organization right now is, filled with so many incredible people. And I think that's the part that struck me right away when I went to training camp. We're all motivated for the same goal. We're a part of the best, league in the world. And we're all trying to keep those wins coming in and do what we can individually to make the Jets organization itself as successful as it can. So, I feel so fortunate to learn from the people I'm working with and around. They have been nothing but supportive and encouraging and warm, and so that has, you know, kind of motivated me to, and continues to motivate me, you know, when I'm on the road and looking for players, and you know, it's just a, you know, complete collaborative effort, just trying to keep on top of things and get ahead of things, and it's been special. But you know, I got to, when I was at training camp, I got the chance to meet the you know, there's the Jets organization, and then there's the True North Sports and Entertainment side, and I was fortunate enough to sit down with their CEO Mark Chipman, and seeing their involvement and passion for, you know, giving back to the community and advancing and providing opportunities to youth that kind of co-align with my passion. You know, I couldn't imagine or couldn't wish for a better place to be at, in terms of, you know, growing not only as a scout and learning how to see players and how to, you know, fit them in spots and trying to pull out the best of people, and you know, and then being supported by them on the whole other organization of the True North Sports side. It's truly a dream come true.
Well, Cindy, congratulations on the new gig,
Yes.
on your passion project. We are all better off for having spoken to you, and continued success both in the scouting department as well with your hockey school and all the impacts you're making in the community. So thanks for taking some time.
Thank you for having me.
Sydney,
It's
I
been a
heard
honor.
I heard you write in one article I read. You called your dad and said you made it to the show. Well, you made it to the
Oh.
show. And
There
I
you
read
go.
that. I thought that was
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. And
No.
say hi to your pops.
I will.
I loved him. He was a great teammate, and just wonderful stuff. Keep it up, and best
I
of
will.
luck.
Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, she's welcome anytime on the Players Only show. So
Yes,
Players
I'm going to
Only.
take you up on
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, there you go. Anytime you want.